Welcome, and thank you for joining us. I am Keith Pugh, President of the American Public Works Association. Today, we celebrate the top 10 Public Works Leaders of the Year, one of APWA's highest honors. We do this during National Public Works Week because this is a time where we celebrate the contributions public works provide our communities and the professionalism and dedication these top 10 public works leaders embody. Each of the top 10 winners will have 3 minutes to talk about these three questions. First, what professional accomplishments are you most proud of? Second, what industry trends are you passionate about or obstacles and challenges you're determined to improve? And finally, how has your membership and involvement in APWA impacted you professionally? We will proceed alphabetically and begin with Carlos Castellanos, City Engineer, City of Anaheim, California, and nominated by the Southern California chapter.
I'm most proud of the accomplishments that have helped shape our organization in the last several years. In 2018-19, while dealing with a citywide homelessness problem, we led the acquisition and construction of a 102-bed emergency homeless shelter in just a little over 3 months, with construction completed in just 6 weeks. This allowed the city to help get people out of the streets ahead of the winter storms. I'm also proud of the involvement I've had in advancing others. Throughout my career, I have had many who believed in me, and I always try to pay it forward. I teach in one of few public works college departments in our region, participate in mentoring programs, support local schools and career path events, and informally mentor other colleagues who now serve in significant leadership roles. I'm proud of being a resource to others and a good example for my family. The technology I'm most excited about is AI, or artificial intelligence. While earning an MBA at UC Irvine a few years back, we learned about big data and the disruption of AI in many industries, including finance, healthcare, and marketing. We have already seen AI in transportation with the advances in smart traffic signals and connected vehicles, but there's so much more, not only in public works, but all of government. We're currently working with a vendor on a pilot project to help detect and predict deficiencies in our roadway, like potholes, damaged concrete, and traffic signs. All this is happening while our street sweeper operators drive their routes daily. We have to think bigger, like pipelines, street lights, trash, pavement, and fleet. Consider all the services we provide and how we monitor responses. We ultimately need to find ways to improve efficiency, responsiveness, all while reducing costs for our residents. APWA has provided me with many opportunities. As a college student and intern, I was fortunate to receive a scholarship from the local chapter, which helped pay for some of my college expenses. This resonated with me, and I wanted to again pay it forward. A few years later, I volunteered for the annual conference at SoCal, setting up the chapter's booth. I then decided to get more involved the following year with the chapter by participating in the scholarship committee, Green Book Task Force, and eventually this led to becoming a director and chapter president in 2021. APWA helped open many doors, and it connected me with many professionals I respect who now have become mentors and friends. We share a common goal in advancing the profession of public works and helping individuals achieve their career goals. Again, thank you for this great opportunity.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you for the work you're doing in your community with the homeless. And thank you for for the comment on APWA and the networking opportunities that are available there. Our next top 10 recipient nominated by the Texas chapter is Eric DARGAN, Chief Operating Officer, City of San Diego, California.
Greetings. I am Eric DARGAN, the Chief Operating Officer for the City of San Diego. The professional accomplishments that I'm most proud of are my involvement in the challenging and changing world of the culture of Houston Public Works. The initiative was named Transform, as we made a concerted effort to engage employees and model our 5 to Thrive values: respect, we listen and we care, simply doing unto others as you will have them do unto you; ownership, we find solutions instead of excuses, don't pass the buck, because we all work for the same team; communication, we are reliable and clear. It takes two to communicate, but listening is the most important element; integrity, we are truthful and keep our word. Every thought, every decision, every action should be defendable on the 10 o'clock news; and teamwork, we work together because no one person can succeed on their own. The technologies that most impacted our city at the time during my tenure with the City of Houston would be the software that allowed for the grouping of potholes to be filled along with the routing software to reduce the drive time between potholes and drastically improve daily productivity. This led to a pothole tracking app. This app allowed us to track all potholes reported by the public, as well as proactive potholes filled by city crews. We consistently fill citizens reported potholes by the next business day with 99% success rate. Less than 20% of all potholes filled are reported by citizens, where the other 80% proactively filled by internal crews. Membership in APWA has impacted me by establishing a professional network, which led to the accreditation of our department, identification of numerous best practices, and establishing personal friends and mentors in the public works environment. It's been too easy to find solutions to problems in the public sector that's already been solved by someone else. 99% of the time, whatever you're experiencing has already been experienced by someone else. And it's great to be able to pick up the phone and call a friend who has already conquered what you are currently experiencing. As a leader, your opportunity is now to take that foundation already poured, apply it to the community, and improve upon it. And APWA has done that for me. APWA has provided the guidebook. APWA is that foundation that civilization is built on across the world. I appreciate this honor, and I thank you, APWA, for selecting me being the top 10 public works leader. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Our next top 10 recipient nominated by the Florida chapter is Chris Evers, Technical Representative, Pavement Technology.
I have to say that I'm especially proud of my work on collaborative projects that have helped to advance knowledge and improve infrastructure within the public works sector. Two examples that immediately come to mind are the APWA Public Works Director Roundtable, which began in 2012 during my term as chapter president, both in Florida, and PWX in 2014. And also the Florida Pavement Preservation Council webinars that were a byproduct of the pandemic. As someone who is enthusiastic not only about pavement preservation, but all aspects of public works, it has been especially fulfilling to be a part of these efforts and to work alongside other like-minded professionals who really share my commitment to this important aspect of infrastructure management. Through these initiatives and others like them, we really are making a difference in the quality and longevity of our roads, which is something that benefits us all. At the same time, we are tackling some of the most pressing issues facing public works today. I'm particularly passionate about addressing the environmental challenges facing our cities today, specifically air pollution and urban heat. These are issues that affect not only the health and well-being of individuals, but also the long-term sustainability and really the livability of our urban centers. One of the ways we're tackling these obstacles is through the use of photocatalytic materials and pavement treatment. We're basically starting with existing technology known for its ability to rejuvenate aging asphalt and extend pavement life cycles. And then by harnessing the power of light and chemistry, we can reduce the amount of harmful pollutants in the air and also mitigate the urban heat island effect that makes our cities uncomfortable and less habitable. It's very exciting to see how this technology is evolving and improving. And I'm committed to being a part of the movement towards a cleaner, more sustainable future for our communities. Finally, my membership and involvement in APWA has had a significant impact on me professionally. Through my active participation, I've had the opportunity to learn from and connect with some truly inspiring individuals in the public works sector, like my fellow top teners. Specifically, I've been fortunate to have mentors in the Florida chapter and beyond who've really helped to guide and shape my career, sharing their knowledge and expertise along the way. It's been incredibly rewarding to be a part of a community of professionals such as APWA, who are all really working toward the same worthy goals. And I feel like I have an extended family in this organization. Really, the connections and relationships I've formed through APWA have not only enriched my professional life, but also opened new opportunities and pathways for growth and development. And I'm very proud to be a member of this community and grateful for all that it has given me over the past 2+ decades.
Thank you, Chris. Just personally witnessing your energy and your passion for public works, it's been a blessing to me to see you in action. How appropriate for you to be named as one of our top 10.
Thank you, Keith. I'm honored.
Our next top 10 recipient nominated by the Nevada chapter is Jimmy Floyd, Manager of Construction Management, Clark County, Nevada, Public Works.
Yeah, thanks, Keith. Yeah, I mean, for the questions, I mean, professionally, I think one of, the things I'm most proud about is the ability to have been able to move up in my career, from working in the trenches as a 15-year-old, all the way to now, 28 years later, managing one of the largest construction divisions within Nevada. It's quite the opportunity for somebody that thought they'd be on the back end of a backhoe his entire career to be in the position I am now. That's really proud of that. I'm also proud of the improvements we've been able to make for our community as far as improving the customer service aspect and, people coming to the counter and having those needs met when they come ask a question about a project or if they're, building a project. We've really made some vast improvements as far as that's concerned. Working in public works sometimes is like driving a tanker ship in a storm, and turning that rudder sometimes can be very difficult. And over the past few years, I've really seen the ship kind of turn, and that's been a vast improvement. As far as us, at Clark County, one of the things we're very passionate about is planning for the future. We're managing all the construction and the maintenance of the Las Vegas Strip, one of the most busiest corridors in the entire country. And right now we're in the middle of the multi-year, multi-phase project to really provide the improvements we'll need for the next 30 or 50 years to address the concerns of the technology community, the transportation network. And we're really planning for the future so we don't have to impact the community is often, so hopefully we don't have to touch that area for the next 25, 30 years. We're also looking at systems to allow us to better track, monitor, and manage our traffic control systems within the right-of-way. With large, infrastructure such as like the Strip, it's everybody wants to get in there at the same time to get work done. And when you're doing a large capital project, you don't always have the opportunity to allow somebody to get in there for a day or two. And so we're working with technology partners to bring us an opportunity to better track and allow those contractors or developers or even a business owner to get in there for a few days or a few weeks when it won't impact our projects. And then also that reduces the impact to the commuters in the area. It's, getting visitors and workers to the properties is critical for us. And using technology to allow that to happen better is always is very important to us. Lastly, with regard to APWA, it's as an organization, it has impacted me both professionally and personally. In Nevada, we like to say that the Nevada APWA chapter is one big family. It's we have a lot of relationships with other agencies, contractors, other engineers that we kind of rely on as far as being able to discuss projects, interlocal agreements, different technologies, different issues we're dealing with. And having that contact is critical for us to be successful as public works managers and directors. I think that's really the big value for APWA. I could talk about the training opportunities that they provide for our employees that are second to none in the industry and are easy and accessible. So you can set those up quickly. And that's just a critical improvement. There's a lot of organizations out there that we have an opportunity as professionals to join. And whenever somebody asks me, if I'm mentoring another engineer or, somebody in college and they ask me what organizations I should join, the top of my list is always APWA. It's the best organization as far as I'm concerned, as far as being diverse, as far as the different people you get to deal with, and whether it's a contractor, an owner, or utility company. It's been critical to my success, and I look forward to hopefully another 20 years in this industry. So I'm very humbled by the awards organization to be able to be selected. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jimmy. It was a pleasure meeting you at the Nevada Spring Conference just a month ago, and to hear your story from equipment operator to manager of your division. Thank you for what you do for your community. Our next top 10 recipient nominated by the Iowa chapter is Jonathan Gano, Director of Public Works, City of Des Moines, Iowa.
Thanks, Keith. I'll offer that the professional accomplishment I'm most proud of is that I've been in only two municipalities over almost 20 years, but managed to get both of them through APWA accreditation. And I've found each time it's been valuable for different reasons. That initial accreditation is what I call an institutional memory dump, where you get everything that's done by somebody committed to paper. And as we see the organization personnel turn over, now there's a record of what those things were and how they were done. And you don't have to rely on one specific person that knows how everything works or where everything is. I've seen tremendous value in both agencies of getting APWA accreditation. It finds where the holes are in your organization because it makes you look at everything and prove that you know what you're doing and can do it well. It's also a great tool to answer the second question, the industry trend that I'm most concerned about, and that is the impending retirement of an entire generation of workers. And APWA accreditation is a wonderful tool for extracting that institutional memory out of people before they leave out the door, get them to commit to writing what they're doing. And it's a lot easier to hand off knowledge and do some knowledge transfer to those people that will step into their shoes behind them. It's been an essential part of managing my organization now. I've had nearly 75% turnover in frontline supervisors in just the last few years, and having done the work of APWA accreditation lets me hand off a set of documents and procedures and policies that guide these new people into their first foray into leadership as they're coming out of the workforce and into a management role. It's a big change, and there's a lot of tools to help them, and APWA accreditation is an excellent way to ease that transition for everybody at every level of the organization. The part of the value of APWA membership to me has been for the same reasons as everyone has already cited, the networking, the mentorship, the relationships. It's a great source of ideas. Everybody comes away from conferences with a notebook full of ideas they've gotten from education sessions. It's a key part of the value of APWA. It also provides, for those of us that have been in the industry a little bit longer, a forum to be able to give back. Eventually, during one's tenure of responsibility, you start figuring out that you've had experiences and ideas that you need to share. And APWA is great for convening spaces at education sessions, at conferences, at PWX, at state chapters, luncheons, or other meetings for more experienced and more senior people to be able to speak into the audience and start sharing the lessons that they've learned, either from a career or a project or an experience. And that creates a virtuous circle of sharing those ideas back with the membership.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. And thank you for your willingness to lead not just one organization, but two of them through the accreditation process, the capturing of the institutional knowledge, documenting what you do. That is so important to our industry in lending credibility and professionalism to those organizations. So certainly appreciate that. Thank you. Our next top 10 recipient, nominated by the Chicago Metro Chapter, is Jennifer Hughes, Public Works Director and Engineer of the Village of Oswego, Illinois.
Thank you, Keith, and thank you, APWA, for this honor. Although this award recognizes leaders, it would not be achievable without teams that make leaders look great. I've been blessed to work with so many incredible people who have strived to make my communities thrive. During my career, I've had the opportunity to work on many transformative projects that serve the public, from constructing a new police station that welcomes our community with transparency and safety, to securing a new water source to ensure a long-term prosperity. I've been part of incredible teams who have utilized their talents to make our communities better places. While they've created a legacy of buildings, roadways, water mains, stormwater systems, and other infrastructure, what I hope my career will be most known for is the impact I've made by building teams of caring professionals who have answered the call when most needed. They have worked tirelessly to fill sandbags to save homes from floods, clear debris after tornadoes, to plow snow overnight to ensure schools open on time, to unclog sanitary sewers late at the night on weekends, or to simply spend time with residents to answer their questions and calm their fears. During my career, I've seen revolutionary changes in how we communicate. Email has replaced mailed letters. Cell phones have replaced pagers. We now learn of issues in our community in real time through social media. These changes allow us to better connect with our residents and to truly be a part of our community. Our future challenge will be to grow and maintain our infrastructure with constrained resources. Technology such as GIS and asset management software will help future leaders to make best decisions for their community. Creations of ideas like the GIS Consortium, where communities come together and partner to share the technology, will help the small communities achieve these goals. My growth towards becoming a top 10 leader was nurtured by the American Public Works Association. At events such as PWX, Chicago Metro Chapter's Expo, and local branch meetings, I've learned new ways to improve and serve my community. I've met many friends and colleagues who have shared their experiences and helped me become a better director and leader. Together, we have built the Rhodes Scholar Program to help educate our teams. We actively participate in the Illinois Public Works Mutual Aid Network. We understand that community is not defined by the boundaries of our corporate limits, but by our mutual pledge to help each other build a better, safer, and more prosperous future. For this, I will be forever grateful. Once again, thank you again for this honor of this award.
Absolutely. And thank you, Jennifer, for the reminder about the team that we have that we work with. We couldn't accomplish anything without having team members that are pulling in the same direction as we are and supporting us while we're trying to accomplish our goals. So I certainly appreciate you bringing that up. Thank you. Our next top 10 recipient nominated by the Minnesota chapter is Russ Mathis, Public Works Director, City of Eagan, Minnesota.
APWA has been a resource for me throughout my membership, both at the chapter and national levels. It has provided opportunities for me to learn from experts in fields of interest relevant to where I'm at in my career. Often these experts have been folks like me that are very willing to address my questions and share details about their experiences to help me along my path. Most of all, it has been a source of introductions and connections to peers that I can email, text, or call whenever I have a question or need some help. I'm better able to serve my customers in my communities because of the education and relationships I have developed through APWA.
Thank you so much, Russ, for your words, and we certainly appreciate the contributions that you've made to your community and to the profession. Our next top 10 recipient nominated by the Tennessee chapter is Bo Mills, Director of Public Works, City of Germantown, Tennessee.
Thank you, President Pugh. It is an honor to be a part of this illustrious group. I want to first thank my chapter for nominating me and giving me this opportunity to receive this award. My chapter has been very important to me and very influential in my career and in my life. The education, the suppliers, the vendors, the friendships, a lot of that ties back to my home chapter. And grateful for that. I'm also grateful to my city. A little unusual that my entire career has been with the city of Germantown, 38 years of service, and they have supported me and given me opportunities to do some great things and to be involved in this infrastructure maintenance and care for these citizens here in this city. And also been blessed to work with some great administrators and elected officials who saw the importance of infrastructure and allowed us to do the kinds of things we needed to protect and to care for this community. So my pride comes in service. It comes in service to this community, and being such a lifelong tie to me with my work, it's been a great pleasure to serve here. I'm also very proud of that 38 years and that commitment that it took to do that. Started, as many of us did, as a 16-year-old young man, putting in infrastructure and installing infrastructure and working to improve lives in inner city Memphis. And very impressed, very, very early in my career, what public works was and what it meant to people. And it's good to make folks' lives better, and we get a chance to do that every day in public works, and that's one of the things that makes me feel good day in and day out and keeps me coming to work. A concern that I do have is about our workforce. Workforce development and continuation is a huge issue for us all across the country, and where our next employee is going to come from and who's going to be next up to take us into the future. I want to see more interest in public works and more career development towards the public works environment. It's a tremendous profession, a service-oriented profession, and I think people out there in the communities are looking for these kind of jobs, and we just need to do a better job of presenting those. APWA has meant a ton to me, a very important part of my career. I mentioned my home chapter, but been a member since '89. I've been very involved with APWA. Both state level, regional level, and nationally. I was very blessed to be able to serve my profession and to be a big part of my professional association, APWA. As president in 2017 and 18 of the association, that still stands as one of my greatest professional accomplishments for sure. And even personally, that service in that capacity really resounds as an important thing, one of the most important things that I've ever been a part of. With my APWA service and even with my time here in Germantown, I stand behind and on the shoulders of a lot of people. I'm nothing without the folks that have helped me get through here to work and to support and the efforts of those around me that have made this all work together. I served with a tremendous board of directors. Scott Grayson is our CEO, and his leadership and friendship, has worked through that time in my career of service just means a lot to me. And of course, here in Germantown, the mentors that I've had here, even line staff employees that have helped me and taught me and shown me the best ways to accomplish things. And always stand with them because they are truly the ones that do the work. They are truly the ones that made us all great and made us in the position that we're in today. So in conclusion, I just want to express my gratitude for this award and how honored I am to receive it, and how glad I am to be a part of this class of 2023. You folks have some impressive resumes, and I was glad to be a part of this group. And just thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, President.
Thank you, Past President Mills. It is truly a pleasure when I was able to call you and let you know that you had received this award. You've been such an influence on me. Your professionalism, your just authenticity have always impressed me. And I think that you relate very well to the public works profession because of your involvement from the O&M all the way up through administration. So I admire you, sir. Congratulations on being a top 10.
Thank you, President Pugh.
Our next top 10 recipient nominated by the Kansas City Metro chapter is Tim Ross, consultant with George Butler Associates, Lenexa, Kansas.
Thank you, Keith. And thanks to the KC Metro Awards Committee and to our board for nominating me and supporting me. It's such an honor to be selected by other top 10 leaders too. So thank you very much to all of you. And I have to say, it's truly humbling to receive the kind of recommendations I did from other past presidents at KC Metro, because there's more great leaders in the KC Metro chapter than you can count. So I'm very, very lucky to be the one here today. Professional accomplishments I'm most proud of are relate to values as much as anything. And at our company, we have a culture of learning, and we promote that through quality service. And I really thank my company for always its mission of serving our public works clients through innovation and quality service. And that's been a cornerstone for me. I've enjoyed building a network of trusted partners and serving on local boards of APWA and ACEC. And in those locations, it's a little bit like the roundtable that I think Chris was talking about, where we share the best practices for not just public works projects, but also for improving engineering practices and field practices. And it allows me to also participate in advocacy for funding and policies that are so critical to the safety and protection of our infrastructure. So that's a big deal for me. And APWA has been terrific in that regard. It really makes me feel like we're making a difference and meeting the everyday needs and future challenges at the same time. So I'm also proud that our company is committed to working closely with disadvantaged small businesses. And I'm proud that our company has taken action to enhance our diversity, equity, and inclusion. And that's front and center with APWA too. Someone else just mentioned how diverse a group we are, and I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of the teamwork that our city shows when it's time to host a national convention like PWX, Go KC. And I really enjoyed being a co-chair of that effort in 2018, and got to help a little bit with the international outreach, which was very rewarding. And in Kansas City, teamwork comes in a lot of ways. You know, we have a Kansas City Metro Materials Board that I was one of the startup folks with, and that's a cooperative of over 20 cities and counties working together just simply to create more durable pavement materials and other materials. And it's just a fantastic effort that was a grassroots thing that has made a big difference. And you can see teamwork everywhere around here. Last year we had a small tornado, if there is such a thing as a small tornado, raced through one of the suburbs, and gosh, people, the first responders to that and the public works folks that showed up to clean that up was just amazing. So very proud of that. As far as technologies, I'm most excited about those that are related to climate pressure, dealing with climate pressures, and also creating livable environments. We're looking at new ways of providing resiliency by modeling the effects of heat and flooding with GIS, and then looking at different scenarios to protect the critical assets. We're inspecting underground and aerial structures with drones, together with a growing component of intelligence that allows better asset management decisions and creates better resilience too. So, and then as far as livable communities, I see communities taking a whole different view of the future that excites me, that has to do with, you know, electric transit and traffic technology, and studying the use of trees to battle heat, and even helping with traffic calming. And I don't know if it's because I'm slowly growing or joining that group of people that are going to need more help getting around and living with climate pressures, but it really sounds great to me, and I think it sounds great to everybody. But whatever changes do come to pass, you know who's going to be doing it. It's the public works professionals. They're the ones that are going to be out there doing it, and that's the most exciting part. As far as APWA, I would just echo everything everybody's said about, it's tied me so closely to all these communities that make up our metro. And it's this fabric of teamwork that we're still strengthening, even for me after decades of service, because I just still have so much to learn after all this time. And APWA has provided me with all kinds of rewarding opportunities that have mirrored the opportunities that my company has offered me, because the missions are parallel. It's all about creating a higher quality of life in all the environments that we serve. So I'll finish with a story. When I was just starting my career, there was a real respectful and polite gentleman named Jim at our company who asked me if I wanted to go to an APWA luncheon. And I said, I was such a know-it-all back then. I said, well, why would I want to spend my free time that way, And instead of just dismissing me for being short-sighted, Jim just kept asking me, do you want to go to a luncheon? Do you want to go to a luncheon? And when I finally did, it was like, wow. And he knew it would be a wow for me. He knew there was another big dimension to what we were doing in our careers and that I wouldn't want to miss it. So I'm so thankful for his patience. And I hope I can make that impact on other people too. So thanks again. And it was a pleasure being with you all today.
Thank you so much, Tim. You brought up so many different things during this: values, service, learning, network of partners, advocacy, DEI, first responders, resiliency. All of these things roll up to make the public works industry what it is. And we certainly appreciate your being a vocal advocate on behalf of public works. Thank you, Tim. Our next top 10 recipient, nominated by the New England chapter, is John Westerling, Director of Public Works, Town of Natick, Massachusetts.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I am honored to receive this Top 10 Public Works Leaders of the Year Award from the National APWA. Mr. President, I think I'm still smiling from the moment when you called to tell me that I received this award. I am grateful to the New England chapter for their nomination of me for this most prestigious award, and congratulations to the other 9 recipients. A couple of accomplishments that I'm most proud of are the design and construction of the PFAS filtration system for the town of Hopkinton to help ensure public health. I'm also proud of the planning and feasibility study of a connection to the Massachusetts Water Resources Authority's water distribution system to ensure an abundant source of clean water supply for Hopkinton's residents for the next 25 years. And finally, the design and construction of Hopkinton's new DPW facility is another accomplishment that I'm very proud of, because it helps to ensure employee safety and the efficient delivery of public works services to the community. And I have to admit that none of these accomplishments would have been possible without the help and support of the many professionals that I've worked with over the years. As for technologies, I'm most excited about both drone technology and the emerging science related to removing PFAS from public water supplies. Drones have proven to be a great tool for safely performing difficult inspections, assessing emergency situations, surveying, and monitoring construction. PFAS is a major problem that is plaguing communities as it's discovered in their public water supplies. Although this is a new challenge, the science related to removing PFAS is rapidly growing to help communities to remove PFAS so that they can provide clean and safe drinking water to their customers. Finally, my membership in APWA has proved to be rewarding for me personally and professionally. Personally, I've made so many connections with amazing people because of my membership in APWA, and I consider those folks to be my friends. Friends that I can call upon when I need help, friends that I can collaborate with, and friends that I can rely on. Professionally, those relationships are a fantastic resource to help find solutions to the challenges that we face every day in public works. Also, the resources that APWA provides online and through its meetings and trainings are priceless. I truly believe that I wouldn't be where I am today in my career if not for my membership in APWA and all that it provides. I know one thing for sure, I would not have received this prestigious award without my membership and involvement in APWA. Thank you very much.
John, thank you so much for what you've done for Public Works and for your community. You mentioned public health, ensuring clean water, new public works facilities, but you also mentioned that it required the help and support of others. And I think that's a big part of what APWA is, providing that help and support from others. So first, I would like to thank all of our top 10 Public Works Leaders of the Year for joining us today. And I would also like to thank you for helping us congratulate these top 10 Public Works Leaders of the Year for 2023 and celebrating the importance of public works in our daily lives during National Public Works Week. Thank you.